Hey there, Dane here from Start Here FM and Dane.io, and I wanted to come at you today with a quick video that just touches on a topic that I see come up in the emails I get. So I've been doing this thing where I reply via audio to emails that I get for the past couple years. And what I've noticed is there's this consistency of questions. So I figured, I would take some of those questions and just answer them on a video, put them out on YouTube. This is the first one I'm doing in this style. And I apologize, a little late. I'm a little tired, but we're just going to dive right into it. So the first one, it's the most important one. It's setting goals. So this is a problem I see. Maybe it's a problem with you. It's a problem I see. It's rampant, and we need to cure it. And the way that we're going to cure it is with a very simple approach that I use with my coaching students. So I do one-on-one web development coaching, teaching and educating, but really just sort of directing people to places to learn, and then sort of keeping them accountable and helping them learn in that fashion. If you're interested in that, by the way, I don't have time for any more of it, so there's no way to get access. I'm sorry. But what is interesting is I've noticed with these students, the best way to give them a goal is just a job title, right? So don't make it super complicated. I see people setting goals and they make it super complicated, right? There's a lot of theory around goals, like SMART goals, what is it? SMART, something, measurable, actionable, results oriented. So these goals are really interesting, and we want to use those types of things later. We can do that later, but just pick a job title. Just pick a job. Just make that your first goal. Like, I'm just going to pick, data scientist, or I'm going to pick that I want to be a Ruby developer or a back-end web developer that focuses in Node.js, right? Just pick a job title that you want, and let's make that the goal, because that's a really simple thing that we can do, and it's your brain can easily visualize job titles. It's why it's a great goal. All the students that I've worked with that have done this, it's been very, very great for them. They've been able to do things like, so here's the thing about goals. You want to set a goal that you can Google and kind of type in, how does this work? What is the day-to-day life of this goal? You know what I mean? You want to be kind of results oriented in that way. So setting the goal for the job title is such a good way to do it. And this doesn't just apply to beginners. This applies to mid-levels and seniors. I'm a senior and I'm currently using this strategy, right? Maybe my goal is just a different job title. And this is a great, again, let's make sure that we identify that this is specifically for your career. So this type of goal setting, it doesn't really work other places that I've tried. It doesn't work in health to just set goals this way. In health, you have to be more specific. In wealth, you have to be more specific. But for your career, having these job title goals really works fine. It works just fine. So what I want you to do, no matter if you're a beginner or an intermediate or a senior watching this, and the title is going to be like how to set goals as a web developer, what you want to do is look ahead and set the next level for yourself. What is that next level goal? If you're a data scientist, maybe it's to be a VP of data science. Just kind of make up stuff. If you know the business world, you can kind of make up stuff in that way. Maybe if you're a junior developer, your next goal could be a senior JavaScript developer. Or if you're in front end and you want to move to back end, maybe your goal is a back end developer. Always pick the job title that most closely aligns to what you want, but make sure it's one step above you as well. Make sure it's one rung above you. Don't go too high. So if you're a junior, don't be like, I want to be the CEO. Don't go too high, but one rung at a time. So junior to mid, and mid is just basically, the title is just web developer. That's it, right? Or back-end developer, Ruby developer, that's a mid. Senior tends to have an extra sort of connotation in the title, something like senior developer, or team lead, or technical architect, or system art, whatever it is that you want to be. You could literally Google job titles. I encourage you to do that. Google data science job titles if you're interested in data science. If you're interested in Python, back-end job titles. Or if you're interested in system architecture, Google Netflix and Google their job titles, because they have one of the most complicated AWS setups in the world and some of the most advanced operations teams in the history of the planet as far as scaling web applications, because Netflix is doing it better than anybody, right? Netflix and Facebook are really the two to look at, and there's one in China as well, but those are really two great sites to look at. Look at their open source. This is a different topic. We can talk about that later. But those are interesting companies to look at as far as their teams, what the titles of the jobs are in the teams in context with this video. You could Google Facebook job titles, or just go to Facebook's job postings career board and just look at the job titles, right? What are they hiring for? Look at those job titles. And in fact, even if you don't know what company you want to join, a lot of my students, they don't know what company they would want to join, but they have a job title. What we do there is we just kind of go and look at job titles that they think they would be interested in across the top 10 companies. So go to Google, look at the recent open positions, go to Yahoo, go to, just all the big tech companies, and look at what the job titles are in engineering, in design, in product management, whatever it is for you. This video is specifically for web developers. So look at those job titles. What is a principal engineer, right? Like, what is that? Like, go to Amazon and look at those job titles. Microsoft Research, look at those job titles, stuff like that. And what you'll find is something that interests you, and set that as your goal. Then once you have that goal, that is one of the most important things. Don't change it. Right? Don't change it until you achieve it. So take time to figure out what it is you want. Pick the job title you want next in your career. How to level up in your career. Pick the job title you want next. Then internalize it such that you basically become it. And what I mean by that is internalize it, meaning research it, right? Look it up, read books about it, get more into your craft, right, which will lead to it. Internalize it, right? Really make it a part of you. And then guess what? You just become it, and then a job opens for you to accept. That's the way things work. I've tended to find that in most areas of life, if you level up, everything else in that new level becomes apparent that you never have seen before. So for instance, I've met a lot of people that are currently able to get a junior developer position. So this is directly applicable to what I said. I've met let's say 50 people that have emailed me that are like learning on their own programming, but they put links in there or whatever, and I was able to tell from those links or from their language that they're currently ready to go get a junior development job. Maybe I saw their GitHub, blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, a lot of those people don't. And a lot of them still haven't. Right? This is a nightmare. This is called a nightmare of not knowing what it is you want. This is a huge problem, right? And I just want you to really pause and understand how important it is to set goals, because don't be like these people that email me and say, I want to get a job. They email me and they literally will say things like, I want to get a job, and they still don't have a job, yet I know for a fact they were capable of starting the process of finding a job back when they originally emailed me. So really the point is, you want to have a goal such that you're able to set your focus and set your sights on it, but also keep in mind that always try to be achieving the goal, right? Always try to be achieving it. That's what's so cool about setting a goal that is a job title. Because guess what? Here's a great example. All those people that emailed me, all those 50 people that emailed me that they wanted to get a job and they still haven't as a web developer. If I told them to set a goal of junior web developer. That's the title. The cool thing is, now that that's your goal, and let's say I also tell them that the key tactic is that they have to always be looking for ways to achieve it. Research, learn more, job applications, blah, 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 right? Every day you're looking for ways to achieve your goal, right? Because it's let's just pretend it's the number one goal in those people's lives. So the cool thing is, now that you know that that's your goal, every day it's so easy to take the directed actions that can help you achieve the goal. It's called put in one job application a day, right? That's about as simple as it gets. I mean, with a career goal that is based on a job title, every single day that you're not yet at that level, just submit an application, right? And if you technically don't want to kind of do that, you can just pretend to, right? Every day, type up a cover letter for yourself. Guess what? You're going to have to learn that if you want to level up anyway. Every day, get a little bit better at your craft, and then write a blog post and send it to a company that you want to work for with this job title. And then maybe put your cover letter there and say, oh, I'd love to have a conversation, right? So every day, it's so easy to take the directed actions and the big types of actions that get you to your goal if, and this is a big if you know what the goal is. If you know what the goal is. So I'll end it there, and I hope everybody that has watched this, if you could comment below. I don't know if YouTubers do this or whatnot, but I would love if you could comment below and just tell me, what is the job title? And don't leave the video without picking one. Even if you're an intermediate, if you're not a web developer, if you don't have a job, if you do have a job, I know that there's a way that you can level up. And I want you to just kind of think for a minute, even if it's on the fly, even if it's ad hoc, pick a job title and type it below, because it's only the people that take the time to act and not just absorb dopamine. It's only those people that win. So don't just be a dopamine junkie. Don't just listen to what I say, right? Type below and really instinctualize this information. So pick a job title, type it below, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.